G'day everybody, welcome back to Cooking with the Riz. Well, we have a special event happening here today. I'm not in my kitchen as you can see, I'm in a backyard right now. And it is the passata making weekend for us here. It's a long weekend. We're going to be making our own passata sauce. So we've got a few boxes of tomatoes as you can see here. We've already started a bit earlier because we were up at like 4:30. So they've been emptied out already. So we've got these to go. But this is the first stage. So we went this morning and bought these beautiful tomatoes. And we have to wash them and then prepare them to be squished up into our passata. Yeah, I hope you enjoy this video of how to make your passata sauce. And we will continue on. Let's go. Okay guys, you can't see me now, but my brother is on camera right now. He's got the wheelbarrow with water in it, and he's got the tomatoes, and we're going to give them a little bath. So in they go, just like that. You've got to make sure you give them a good wash, and just pick out any rubbish tomatoes, because there might be some there that aren't too good, and all the little bits and pieces that are in the box as well, like leaves and things like that. And then after you do that washing, we'll show you in a moment, we've got to put them into this strainer here. So see, there's one here that's a bit gammy, like this one. See that? That's shit. Oh, I mean, that's terrible. That's no good. Let's throw that in the bin. Into that wheelbarrow it goes. So make sure you don't put any of those really yucky ones in there. Yeah, so all you got to do is just make sure they're nice and clean, washed, and then in they go and strain them into these little strainer boxes. Now here we have the youngest member in the team, Leonardo. He's helping to wash the tomatoes and put them in the strainer to drain all the water off. Okay guys, here we have Roberto. Where are you from, Roberto?
Toscana.
Toscana. So he knows all about how to make these passata sauces. And this is another step after you've washed them and everything. So they've been drained out of those crates there. And then he's just taken the eyes out. Show everybody what you're doing there, Roberto, with the things here. So he's just taken out the eyes. And if there's any rubbish on the tomatoes, he's taken those off as well. And then they go all in here. So we've got tomatoes over there ready to rock and roll already. So these are ready to be put into the boiling water. Well, we've got to put them into a net first. I'll show you that when we get to it. But yeah, so the next step's coming up. Okay guys, now this is another step we do here after we've taken the eyes out of the tomatoes. Then we fill up the little onion bags. So you get yourself these from the fruit and veg shop. So they all get filled up. And then what we do with those is we boil them for about 10 or 15 minutes. And that makes them soften up a bit. Maybe 20. Or 20 minutes maybe. And then that helps when we put it through the machine. So the tomatoes have been put into the onion bags. And now my brother's going to come and plonk it into the nice boiling hot water. 44-gallon drum. You half fill it with water. And he's going to struggle to put that in. There we go, lift it up. Very carefully. Place it into the hot water. And just let it hang there. You use those little hooks there. You can buy them from any store, I guess, a hardware store. And then you have them in there like that. You leave them in for about 20 odd minutes. And yeah, and that's it so far. Here we go. Okay guys, now's the time to take the tomatoes out of the water. They've been in there for about 20-25 minutes. Roberto's taking them out now with the nice hook on there. And then you just hang them up somewhere so all the water drips off. Okay, here is Lisa, my bestest half here. And what she's doing is just picking all the basil leaves. These will go into the sauce when it cooks, and also we put 1 or 2 leaves in the bottle as well. And over here we have the onions that the girls have done. They've chopped them all up, ready to rock and roll in there. Okay guys, this is the fun part of the exercise. The easiest part as well is squashing the tomatoes, and they come out with the passata sauce. So let me move in closer here. So this is the machine quite a noisy little sucker. They go into the top, like so. Just like that. So these beautiful tomatoes that have been blanched in the water, they go straight in here, and then look at that, comes out there. The sauce comes out here, the passata comes out of this section here, and then you got the bits, all the skins and the seeds, they come out there. And then what you do, you put them through again to extract more juice out of them 3 times. So that's another step you have to do. This is just all the preparation before you actually start squeezing the juices out of the tomato through the machine. Roberto's just putting some more in there and plunging down. And then see the beautiful sauce that comes out of there and goes and falls into this big ass bucket here. And then we're going to cook that later. This is the cooking of the tomatoes. So they're all being squished up over there by Rob, and my onions are nicely cooked in here and they're ready now for the tomato passata to go inside here. Have a look, Lisa, at the onions. They're all cooked nicely in olive oil. All right, now Roberto, you ready to put the tomato in? Okay, here comes the tomato. Woo! All right, here we go.
Better if you don't see him.
Yeah. Woohoo! In she goes. Splashy, splashy. Look at that. You bloody beauty, mate. Bloody beautiful. I got my brother here, Inspector Greg, coming over to inspect, see what's going on.
Bloody beautiful, mate.
Yeah, mate. Bloody beautiful. Yeah. And then you just got to keep your eye on this, and you keep stirring it every few minutes so it doesn't get burnt, okay, on the bottom. And the other big pot, look at this big ass pot here. That's been boiling away for, I don't know, a couple of hours now. So this won't be long before we've got to start bottling this up. And I'll show you that little exercise when the time is right. Until then, people, take it easy. Okay, guys, this is the bottling episode number 555. All right, so we've got all our bottles here. Now, you have them all ready to go in a box like this. These boxes, the tomatoes came into these boxes. And what we do now is put a couple of leaves of basil, beautiful basil, into the bottle. Which one hasn't got any? That one. So that gives it a nice flavour. So if you come in here, Greg, and just have a little zoom inside here, and just whack them in, just like that. Not too much, okay? If you've got big leaves, just one big leaf is enough. All right, and that's all you need to do at this point until we fill them up with the sauce. Okay guys, now we've got the end result of the bottling going down here. So we've got this beautiful funnel here with a nice big hole in it. You can get these from your Italian local wog shop, yep. And then you just fill these bottles up to the top, not to the very top, just leave a little bit of space there. But most of it goes in like that, just like so. And don't forget, you've got to put the basil in there. You've already done the basil beforehand, okay? After they've been filled up, you cap them. So make sure you put the caps on properly. Greg will show you how to cap it. Take him, babe. Yep. So just make sure the cap goes on properly. Yep, and then they go upside down back in the box. And what that does, that'll seal it. Okay, and then later on, when you've got a full box, you put them into an area that no one's going to bother with, and then you cover these up with blankets and doonas, and they'll cool down very slowly, probably a couple of days or so. It's called, what's it called again? Roberto, what's it called again when you put? Nina Nanno. There you go. Nina Nanna. There you go. So that means like you know, putting them to bed, basically. But you've got to make sure you cover them with blankets and that, and then just leave them for a couple of days to cool down.
No pillows, just blankets.
Yeah, just pillow. And don't go sleeping with them either, all right? No sleeping around with bottles. Anyway, so that will be it. That's the end result, guys, of the sauce. Actually, the end result will be eating the sauce. So I'll show you that a bit later when we get into it. This is the end result of all this beautiful hard work we put in. We've got the pasta here made. All the passata sauces are done. We just got to bottle up one last batch, and that is it for a whole year, we hope. And this is the end result, guys. Have a look at this. And there we go. Look at that. Hey, beautiful. Yum, yum. All right, we're going to dig in and enjoy. I'll see you at the next one. Until then, happy cooking to everyone. Ciao.